Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about understanding HPLC. Myself Archana Mandava, I am assistant professor at Wales School of Pharmaceutical Sciences. The contents we are talking about today are chromatography, types of chromatography, HPLC introduction, principle, types of HPLC separation, components of HPLC, instrumentation and applications. Introduction of chromatography. It is an analytical method in which separation of active constituents in a complex mixture. The mixture was distributed in two phases, that is stationary phase and mobile phase. Stationary phase is a constant phase or column packing material, whereas mobile phase is movable phase. This technique is used for separation, purification, identification and extraction of compounds. The basic principle of chromatography is based on adsorption as well as partition principles. Adsorption chromatography is affinity of molecules towards stationary phase, whereas partition chromatography, the molecules can move in two phases of liquid and it is known as a partition chromatography. It is important for both qualitative and quantitative analysis. Next one is types of chromatography. The classification and types of chromatography are discussed here. The first one is based on modes of chromatography, that is adsorption chromatography, ion exchange chromatography, partition chromatography and size exclusion chromatography. Based on elution technique, isocratic separation, gradient separation. Based on the scale of operation, analytical HPLC, preparative HPLC. Based on the type of analysis, qualitative analysis as well as quantitative analysis. And the first one is adsorption chromatography. Adsorption chromatography is nothing but separation of components by adsorption from mobile phase into the stationary phase. The next one is ion exchange chromatography. The molecules separated on the basis of their charge are eluted using a solution of varying ionic strength. Next one is partition chromatography. Partition chromatography is based on differential partitioning of components of a sample mixture between two phases. Those are stationary phase and mobile phase. Size exclusion chromatography. Size exclusion chromatography separates molecules based on their size by filtration through a cell. Isocratic elution. Isocratic elution is a term used in chromatography when the mobile phase has a constant concentration. Gradient elution, the technique of altering the composition of the mobile phase during the course of chromatographic run. And the next one is analytical HPLC. High performance liquid chromatography HPLC systems are used to analyze or purify liquid mixtures. The sample liquid is mixed with the mobile phase and run through a column that contains the stationary phase. The main purpose of analytical chromatography is to separate the components of a sample. Preparative HPLC. Main purpose of preparative chromatography is to isolate and purify a reasonable quantity of a specific substance from a sample. Qualitative analysis, in which the components are separated in the sample. The identification of individual sample components can be assessed from the chromatogram. Quantitative analysis, how much of compound is present. Quantitative analysis involves measuring the amount, the concentration of sample components. HPLC introduction. So HPLC is high performance liquid chromatography and is basically a highly improved form of column chromatography. The first commercially available HPLC system, the ALC 100 HPLC, was developed by Waters Associates, now which is called as Waters Corporation, a company offering analytical tools and systems to scientists in 1967. Instead of a solvent being allowed to drip through a column under gravity, it is forced through under high pressures of up to 400 atmospheres. So that makes it much faster. It is modified form of gas chromatography. It is applicable for both volatile as well as non-volatile compounds, and it can be majorly divided into two types. Those are normal phase HPLC, where we have polar stationary phase and non-polar mobile phase. The other one is reversed phase HPLC, where we have non-polar stationary phase and polar mobile phase. So high performance principle. HPLC principle is based on adsorption as well as partition chromatography. So it depends on the nature of stationary phase. If stationary phase is solid, principle is based on adsorption chromatography, and if stationary phase is liquid, principle is based on partition chromatography. So here it is important for determination of volatile and non-volatile compounds, and important for determination of qualitative as well as qualitative analysis. It is important for determination of retention time, the time required after sample injection to maximum angle peak reaches to detector. And the next one is types of HPLC separation. So there are different types of HPLC separation are there. The first one is normal phase HPLC. Here separation of polar analytes by partitioning onto a polar bonded stationary phase. Reversed phase is separation of non-polar analytes by partitioning onto non-polar bonded stationary phase. And the third one is adsorption. So in between normal and reverse phase, separation of moderately polar analytes using adsorption onto a pure stationary phase. Ion chromatography, separation of organic and inorganic ions by their partitioning onto ionic stationary phases bonded to a solid support. Size exclusion chromatography, separation of large molecules based in the path that they take through a maze of tunnels in the stationary phase. And the next one is components of HPLC. In the components of HPLC, the first one is stationary phase. It is a non-polar and the stationary solid surface is coated with second liquid of stationary phase, which is immersible with mobile phase. Example, glass, silica, alumina. The second component is mobile phase, which is a polar mobile phase, acetonitrile, water and buffer combination. Bonded phases, the phases consist of mixtures of chemically dissimilar ligands chemically bonded to silica supports. Instrumentation of HPLC. In the instrumentation, we have following components. Those are solvent storage bottle, gradient controller and mixing unit, degassing of solvents, pumps, pressure gauge, pre-column, sample introduction system, column, detector and recorder. In that first one, solvent or mobile phase reservoirs, glass or stainless steel containers capable of holding up to 1 liter mobile phase, that is pure organic solvents or aqueous solutions of salts and buffers. Inert to a variety of aqueous and non-aqueous mobile phases, stainless steel should be avoided for use with solvents containing halide ions. Degassing and filtration of mobile phase. In many cases, aqueous solvents and some organic solvents are degassed prior to use. Degassing is done to prevent formation of gas bubbles in the pump or detector. Mobile phases are degassed by stirring of the mobile phase under vacuum, sonication or sparring with helium gas. The mobile phases are filtered to remove particulate matter that may clog the system tubing. And the next one is sample injector system. Several injector devices are available either for manual or auto injection of the sample. Those are septum injectors, staff flow injectors, Rodin injectors. And the next one is column. There are two types of column are there, guard column and analytical column. Pre-column, which is also known as a guard column, it contains a packing chemically identical to that in the analytical column. It is mainly used to remove the impurities from the solvent and thus prevents contamination of the analytical column. It can protect analytical column, that's why it is also called as a guard column. And the next one is analytical column. The success or failure of analysis depends on the choice of column. Actual separation is carried out here in the analytical column. Stainless steel tube size length of 25 to 100 centimeters, whereas internal diameter 2 to 4.6 mm is used. Column is filled with small particles, that is 5 to 10 microns. The solid support can be silica gel or alumina. The separation is result of different components adhering to or diffusion into the packing materials when the mobile phase is forced through the column. And the next one is pump. The solvents or mobile phase must be passed through a column at high pressures up to 6000 psi. As the particle size of the stationary phase is smaller, the resistance to the flow of solvent will be high. That is, smaller the particle size of the stationary phase, the greater is the resistance to the flow of solvents, hence high pressure. There are different types of pumps used in HPLC. They are reciprocating pump, syringe pump and pneumatic pumps. And the next one is detectors. There are a wide range of detectors available in HPLC. Those are listed here. And the first one is absorbance. UV or visible spectrometry as well as PDA photodiode array detectors are used. Refractive index, which detects the change in the turbidity. Fluorescence, if the analyte is fluorescent. Electrochemical, which measures the current flowing through a pair of electrodes on which a potential difference is imposed due to oxidation or reduction of solute. Conductivity, especially for ions, light scattering, mass spectrometry, these are the different detectors used in HPLC. So ideal detector properties, it should have high sensitivity, universality or predictable specificity, large linear response range, non-destructive, insensitive to temperature and mobile phase, continuous operation, reliable and easy to use. These are the main properties which a detector should possess. Recorders and integrators. Recorders are used to record responses obtained from the detectors after amplification if necessary. They record the baseline and all the peaks obtained with respect to time. Retention time can be found out from these recordings. The integrators are improved versions of recorders with some data processing capabilities. They can record the individual peaks with retention time, height, width of peak, peak area, percentage area, etc. Integrators provide more information on peaks than recorders. In recent days, computers and printers are used for recording and processing the obtained data and for controlling several operations. HPLC has wide range of applications. The applications are listed here: the drug discovery, clinical analysis, proteomics, forensic chemistry, drug metabolism study, environmental chemistry, diagnostic studies, cosmetic analysis, determination of green fluorescent protein, structural determination, pharmaceutical applications, identification of bile acid metabolites, clinical applications, biochemical genetics, qualitative and quantitative analysis, as well as therapeutic drug monitoring. So HPLC has wide range of applications in different analytical methods. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.